We're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on Ocean Boulevard. We're going to take you all the way down Ocean Boulevard going northbound. Normally we go sort of from the north side to the south side, so we wanted to change it up this time, show you a different perspective, and also it's a different time of day. We usually do these early in the morning to avoid traffic, but high tourist season, it's still July, but high tourist season appears to be over, so we are going to give you a different perspective in the time of day as well. So this is in the afternoon instead of early morning. So there's Damon's. You may have heard me mention that in another video. They have ocean front dining. We've got large resorts here. Crown Resort. Crown Reef, I should say. That is massive. Ocean waves. Tropical seas. El Dorado, Seahawk, Knight's End. So we've talked about this, but the southern end of Myrtle Beach is a little more relaxed. There's still plenty of hotels, as you can see, but there's less of the massive high rises, a few more of these more modest places, and usually it's just not quite as crowded. There's the Residence Inn. So you can look right down here and see the ocean. There's a parasailer. Oh, two parasailers, wow. Vancouver Motel. Palmetto Vista. Wow, that's really huge. Looks like Regency Towers. Holiday Sands. More of Holiday Sands. Another view of the ocean. That's something else we should mention too. All along Myrtle Beach, even here where the hotels are, there are public beach access parking. You just have to look for these little signs like this P right up here. That's public beach access. And so there'll be metered parking. Certain times of the day you don't have to pay for it, usually before 9 a.m., but it varies, so always check the meter. And after that you do have to pay, and the prices can vary as well, so you just have to check the meter when you get there. Compass Cove, Sand Castle, it's funny or ironic, there's a Ben and Jerry's, Paradise. It was, in my personal opinion, it felt much busier in late May, like Memorial Day and June, and then in July it seems less busy. Even 4th of July week definitely didn't seem as busy as usual. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people here. I'm just talking about percentage-wise. I just saw an article that during the week for 1 week in July, not the 4th of July, but a different week, the hotel occupancy went from like 87% in a typical year to 57%. There's a nice view of the ocean. So, I mean, that's a pretty big percentage drop in hotel and rental occupancy. So you may have seen those people wearing masks. You do not have to wear masks outside here unless you can't stay 6 feet away from other people. There's the Hampton Inn Suites and a nice view of the ocean. We have stayed here before a long time ago and really enjoyed it. They have beautiful oceanfront suites. And so I get a lot of questions about the masks, and we did a video where I went into great detail about the masks, and I will link that above. It gives you basically the information related to when you need them and when you don't. The Palace. Got the little water park over here. That's right across from the landmark. Another view of the beautiful ocean that never gets old. And this is fairly new, these units over here. It's called Ocean Escape, the ones I was just looking at. There's another fun little play area over there. Coming up on the Sea Mist. And now this traffic you see, so we're going really slowly. That's why we usually do this early in the morning, and some of you have asked for later in the day. If you like it later in the day, leave us a thumbs up so we'll know. It does take a little longer though, so it's going to take a little longer to get down Ocean Boulevard when you've got more traffic. Royal Palace, Quality Inn and Suites. We've got the South Seas. Ocean Plaza, Polynesian. And Captain's Quarters Resort. I think I've seen a couple of you mention staying there and enjoying it. So thank you for those comments, always helps other people. And I've always said this, if you have stayed at one of these resorts, definitely leave a comment and let other people know, because they can read the comments. There's Hotel Blue and Seacrest, and that'll give them an idea of where to stay. Sign is saying fireworks are illegal and in the city limits and no mopeds in the bike lane. So it's one nice thing about Ocean Boulevard. You've got bike lanes here on both sides of the road, which is really, really nice because it's a great road for biking. The speed limit's really slow. The only thing you have to watch out for is people coming out of their hotel sort of driveways or parking lots and not looking for bikers. There's Family Kingdom. And they are open, but they do have varying hours depending on the day of the week and the week. So definitely check their hours. They tend to be open later in the day right now. And because this is already afternoon and they don't look open right now. Some days they open pretty late. I'm talking like 6 p.m. late. Depends on the day of the week, all that kind of stuff. And this water park, to my knowledge, is still not open. It's right across the street. I don't think that is open at all yet, but definitely call them to be sure. These pedestrian barricades people will ask about that are right over along here, those are actually just to keep people from jaywalking across the street when they're not in a crosswalk. Just keep pedestrians on the sidewalk so traffic can flow. Normally those are only open usually Memorial Day weekend. I don't even think they're usually open on 4th of July, but this year they've left them up pretty much all summer. So it's been a little different this year. They'll put them up during some festivals sometimes, but yeah, they're usually not up the entire summer like this. Bermuda Sands, Seven Brothers Hotel. And here's the Wicked Tuna and 2nd Avenue Pier. It does have some really good ocean views. And of course you can walk out on the pier, usually for a fee. It's usually not too much there. Windsurfer. Coral Sands. Admiral Inn. Holiday Sands North. Sea Cove. Wayfarer. Holiday Sands is huge. There's a nice view of the ocean again. We should get another view right up here. Beautiful. Gorgeous day today. You can see over here, totally clear blue skies, parasailer, beautiful ocean. And then you can see over here we've got some clouds forming. I think we're gonna have one of those summer afternoon storms. South Bay Inn and Suites. Definitely a lot of traffic out today. It's funny to think that this is less tourists than normal, that tourism is down, because it still feels pretty busy. I'll have some people say, where are all the people? But honestly, except down by the boardwalk, you don't see tons and tons of people on Ocean Boulevard walking. You see some. But most people are either on the beach or in a restaurant or at Broadway at the beach or some other entertainment destination. You do see quite a few pedestrians down by the boardwalk area where you have the Ripleys, believe it or not, and some of the other attractions. But usually, otherwise, we're coming up on that now. Otherwise, you don't see a ton of foot traffic on Ocean Boulevard. Lots of cars though, as you can see. Got a few little gift shops here and restaurants. And you can see we're coming up on the Skywheel. And Ripley's, believe it or not, is that green building right there. So here's that gorgeous view of the ocean. That's the main boardwalk. And the main boardwalk is, I think, a little under 2 miles round trip. It's a good amount of walking if you want to do it, and it goes right along the ocean. Really beautiful views. Here's Peach's Corner. As you can see by their sign, they've been here since 1937, and little fun fact, they're actually older than the city of Myrtle Beach, which is kind of fun. There's Ripley's, believe it or not. The Gay Dolphin, which is another landmark in Myrtle Beach. Got a lot of arcades, and there's 2 arcades here on the left, on the right, that are oceanfront. So the boardwalk is literally right over there, like right through here. If you went past those buildings, that's the boardwalk. Lots of little gift shops. There's Ripley's Mirror Maze and Haunted Adventure and 5D Theater, and my understanding is those are all open now. I think just the arcade associated with Ripley's, believe it or not, is still closed, and they've opened everything else. So here's Gay Dolphin. You can see that, man, there's a staircase that goes up this big glass tower. It is a massive gift shop. I mean, massive and massive. And I think there's even a basement. It's huge. We've been in there many, many times. It's just been a while since we've been in there. It's very big. Other gift shops. Then the beautiful Skywheel here at Plyler Park. This is Plyler Park right here. We've got that beautiful dolphin statue with the mermaid. Really, really nice. Beautiful views of the ocean. And then, of course, the gorgeous Skywheel. Really neat. And also, over here, there are some extreme thrill rides that are right across from the Skywheel. If you enjoy that type of entertainment. Broadway at the beach also has some extreme thrill rides. That's another location for those. So here's another look at Plyler Park as we go by. And the Skywheel. And there's the Land Shark Bar and Grill, which is associated with the Skywheel. There are some of those extreme rides. So you can see there's a little more pedestrian traffic now that we are down close to the boardwalk area. And that's typically where you will see the most people walking, although most of them are probably on the actual boardwalk as opposed to on street side, unless they're going to a restaurant. There's the beach house, they're open, people sitting outside eating. There's Riptides. The Yachtsman. Olympic Pancake House, and they are open. They may not be right now because it's afternoon, but they are definitely open for breakfast. We've seen them open multiple times. Roof Music Joint. And also, I want to mention that people always ask me what's open. That changes constantly. Some individual businesses, even though they're not forced to close down, there's BurgerFi, will choose to. And so it's always good to check their website or call them before you go, just to make sure they're open. Roxanne Towers. Another nice view of the ocean. Beautiful. Atlantica. Always keep wondering what's going to come to this vacant lot here, because that is some primo property right there on the ocean. So here's another public beach access sign. So you can see there's public beach access all up and down Ocean Boulevard. The Camelot. Looks like they have a Dunkin' Donuts. There's the Dunkin' Donuts. They have an outside entrance. There's Bum's Beach Cafe and Bar. The Breakers. This is a massive resort, as you can see. And then here's where they demolished one of the Breakers towers. And I read they are putting in a Marriott. I think it's a Spring Hill Suites and Courtyard combo. So that's interesting. It's going to be something totally different. I figured Breakers would rebuild there, but it's going to be a completely different Marriott resort. So that's interesting. There's the Breakers Dunes and the Breaker Sailfish. The Schooner 2. It's really big. And the Boardwalk. Another public beach access as well. Sunrise Motel. More of the Boardwalk. Meridian Plaza. Dayton House Resort. So you can see the further we get away from the boardwalk, the fewer people you see walking, and also the fewer cars you see. Palms. Got palms on both sides of the street right here. The Beverly Beach House. Carolina Beach Resort. Sail Inn. There's some mini golf over here. We just put out a video, not of that mini golf course, of another one. Had a great time. I will link that above. There is Sea Dip, Court Capri, and more public beach access. The Strand, Patricia Grand, Ocean Air, so this is the main hotel row for Myrtle Beach, also called the Strip. That's another name for it. And you'll hear Myrtle Beach referred to as the Grand Strand. And that's not just Myrtle Beach, that's actually a long stretch of beaches up and down South Carolina's coast of uninterrupted, beautiful beaches. And Myrtle Beach is a part of the Grand Strand. Sea Captain's House, we have eaten there a couple of times. It's been a while. And they do have oceanfront seats in there. And then I believe the last hotel here is the Jamaican. Thanks so much for watching. Until our next adventure.